Welcome to the Old Stoney's podcast right here on talkcastpdx.com and many other platforms like YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter,
It gets longer every
and
day.
Twitch. Yeah, we're on all those Talkcast PDX channels. I believe the website's down right now.
Like Instagram and everything
No,
else.
just the Talkcast PDX website's down, so don't worry about that. It's trying to be rectified as we speak.
You know how nice it was yesterday having Facebook and Instagram and all
Yesterday
that
was
other
the day
shit
before?
down?
Day before.
Whatever. I didn't even know it was off. I've been staying off that crap. I didn't even know it was down until like some friends of mine were complaining that they couldn't upload some pictures and shit. I'm like, and
yeah. By
we
the
need
way,
a break sometime, man.
By the way, I'm Justin McDonald along with Matt Cristione.
Oh, yeah, I have
Yeah, we got to say that every now and then. Follow us on Instagram at the Old Stonies, and then maybe leave us a message, say hi, something cool like that.
Buy a t-shirt.
Yeah. Last week we talked about your trip to Yellowstone and how great that was.
It was. I missed the bad weather by like a few hours because like right after I left, it was just like snow.
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to have a guest today, but they, sometimes
life happens.
Excuse me. Life happens. And so we'll see if they get dialed in or not.
I made the mistake of trying to get a few farms on this week, and like it's freaking Croptober.
Yeah, whoops.
Everybody's busy. Be a good time to go visit, but they're busy. They can't talk to us anyways.
I had a nice text message conversation with Troy Moore from Ideal Cannabis, and I was like, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" And he's like in Florida and back here, and he's like,
in Florida,
bro, I'm so busy. That's the text I got back, and I'm like,
right,
okay.
John Hondow from Dog can't get him, hold him. They're just
everybody's
slammed.
just slammed,
which is good. Good for them. Good for the industry.
Good for them.
Good for everybody.
Recreational side of things humming along. Medical. I know lots of people who
medical languishing.
Yeah, I know some people who have just updated their medical cards.
We'll be getting ours.
Yeah, and people got to realize there are two sides to cannabis. I mean, there really is. There's a recreational have fun too, Charlie. I did a 5-gram dab. And then there's the person who can't even fucking get off the couch because they're so hurting with whatever the ailment, whether it be, cerebral palsy. There's the ailments go on and on and on.
Yep.
Where things like RSO, where you don't have to ingest by smoking, you can put it in your mouth or whatnot, and it can help, relieve the pain.
Yeah. Do you remember?
I mean, some of us do pain management and recreation.
Exactly.
We got a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Some do. Like for me, it's mostly preventative maintenance. I got a lot of cancer floating around in my body for my family history. Cancer is something that just runs through there. So you know what? Yeah. I said, fuck it. I'm just flooding my system with THC, and we'll see what happens. I'll experiment a little bit. It's all good. You remember back in the day when this stuff was only good for glaucoma?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was
it's just good for glaucoma.
Thing that you could do. Oh, you have a little extra pressure on your ocular nerve. Here's some weed.
Yeah, here's a little bit of weed.
It's for my glaucoma.
I mean, but the list of ailments, nowadays
we're discovering new, the new hot molecule right now is CBG.
Yep.
For the joints.
Yeah.
CBN and
CBG is also kind of known as smiley juice. It's like the
really
it's the cannabinoid that gives you makes you happy.
Yeah,
I mean, like laughing, giggling, that kind of thing. If you're smoking weed, with your friends, whatever, recreationally.
You and I differ on opinions on that, but what is your happiest, giddiest, like just goofy fucking weed?
Like way to
just makes you smile,
well,
makes you happy.
Depends on the strain, right?
Oh, of course. And we're going to differ on
or
this.
cultivar, as I like to say now, because strain makes me feel like COVID this and COVID that, blah blah blah, virus strains. Blah.
I had a bartender kept on calling them strands. I'm like, God damn it!
My God. What's wrong with you? There's a bunch of different cultivars that seem effective with my ailments.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also cultivars that don't really have anything to do with my ailments that are just fun as hell to go out and smoke up.
Yeah.
But lately, consuming wise, smoking, I haven't been smoking as much.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I
prefer
cheap
date now.
No, yeah, I prefer to vape or I prefer an edible. I really do. There you go, a little magic number for you.
My last
can
of
edible,
magic number.
I mean, when you're trying to manage pain, whatever pain it is, hips, bones, whatever it is, Yeah, I think the edible process is way better because then you get the full spectrum of the plant.
Right. For
You
me,
get all of
I
it.
have a little tolerance built up for this stuff, but edibles don't make
Duh.
me quite as goofy. I was out like yesterday. We
Mhm.
were out doing marathon shopping for a bunch of home stuff, and I hate shopping. I don't fucking like it. I'm
Yeah.
walking around doing nothing. But I had a little bit of an edible in me, and I wasn't like stoned or anything. But God, I was in a good goddamn mood. I was just walking around Costco, just
I
bebopping. I
I'm a
was pretty
huge
happy.
I'm a huge fan of microdosing.
Yes.
So, I mean, people talk about pain management and they talk about, oh, weed's just another drug or whatever. Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
but it's not a manufactured pharmaceutical drug made for profit to benefit people
Yeah, and
for the
that's the
most
other thing.
part.
You're not a lightweight. You're not
I,
cutting down.
I'm
You're
not gonna I'm not
microdosing.
gonna
There's
take
you're targeting.
Vicodins. I can't take
No,
pills.
you got surgery coming up.
Yeah, I got an appointment today to confirm some stuff. But I mean, I'm just going back to my point. I can't take prescription drugs. I can't take Vicodins. I can't take these oxys or whatever. They make me throw up. They fuck up my whole synergy, my whole body.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's only one that worked. Dilaudid, I think. They gave me Dilaudid one time when
The lot,
I had
yeah,
diverticulitis
yeah.
flare up and I passed out or
Oh, I
whatever.
remember that was scary.
Yeah, and they gave me that, and I was like, man, I don't want any other. Don't give me any other pain medicine. Just
That's
that's
fine.
fine. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to have anything to do
And a lot of these
with that.
hospitals will not allow you to bring in any cannabis.
No, yeah,
They're
they
still
don't.
getting federal
Yeah,
dollars
they're
from that.
federal
So,
regulated. So,
you need me to come sneak you in something, buddy. You give me a call. I'll fucking bring you whatever
hey
you
Matt, bring me
need.
some special cookies,
Just a
or
syringe,
something.
just RSO. Just open up, buddy. Here we go. I'll put it in your IV.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the pain management thing, I can't smoke. You'd have to smoke so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be like just a chimney all the time.
Pretty much. For me, I mean, I like the act of smoking weed, but my
Yeah,
lungs.
recreationally is so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way to do it, And I never been a big drinker. I like to have a beer or two once in a while. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
recreationally, yeah. But let me go back to your original question.
Now we're floating all over the place.
What cultivar? What
That's right.
cultivar
The hell did I
are
ask
my
you?
favorite, or the ones that
The
make me
giddy
party?
happy. Yeah, it makes you get a good time.
So, dog walker is my normal type of smoke.
Right.
Okay,
50-50 hybrid.
Yeah, just right. Always good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Always been. I like the here myrcene. I like the earthy stuff.
Yeah, that funk.
I like that stuff.
Funk.
Actually, one of the most fun cultivars I ever had the pleasure of ingesting and having a good time on doesn't even exist anymore. I don't think. There's two of them. Multnomah coma.
Oh wow, yeah.
You don't
God damn,
remember that?
blast from the past.
Multnomah coma from Ideal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a Troy.
That was a banner one.
Yep.
I mean, just and then in the other one, I can't believe I'm bringing this up. I haven't thought about this in so long. Tyra Banks.
Again, another Ideal farm
from way back when, dude. This is like way back when.
I had customers like, why do you call it Tyra Banks? I'm like, well, because you really feel it up in the forehead, and damn, does that woman have a forehead? So
oh yeah,
I
not
get
to
it.
mention the other.
Troy had to kill that one. I remember specifically.
I remember that.
Cultivars, when you guys are harvesting stuff, especially for a profit,
yeah,
it's got to hit all the marks. It's got to look good. It's got to taste good. It's got to be effective, and it needs to produce. And when you put that much time and effort into a plant, and she doesn't produce very much, I mean, she's amazing. It was an amazing flower, but it just had to go. And there's a lot of good cultivars like that we have lost over the years, just because in the industry we're not shooting for effects. We're producing for a profit. We have a business to run and everything else. So sometimes genetics just kind of fall, and we've lost a lot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things lost over the years. It's kind of sad, if you think about it. I mean,
the one that we've kept, and it's actually a landrace strain. It's one of my absolute favorites. I'm always preaching about this. Durban Poison.
Oh,
probably one of my absolute favorites, and it's not one of your particulars.
No, I can't. I mean, as much as I like the taste and smell and aroma of all the smoking part of it, when I've ingested it, for medicinal purposes in an edible, it really
just didn't like it.
No, it just makes me wiggy.
I
like want to clean the house and the garage and go for a run. I want to chill out.
I shouldn't say pure, but a sour diesel. Sour diesel does the same thing to me. It's
Okay.
almost like when I drink tequila. I just get a little bit too active on this stuff. But I really dig Durban Poison.
Mhm.
Landrace strain. The major molecule in that's called THCV. It's a
Mm.
little bit of a different THC molecule. It's happy, giddy, euphoric. And when I was doing medical stuff,
Yeah.
this is what I would suggest to all the soldiers that had PTSD. It would literally kick your ass into a good mood.
Hmm. I used to have a friend who went to the college here of natural medicine.
Oh,
Here,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a big college. I hope they're still open. I hope
They
I'm
are.
not talking out my ass, but I mean, this was a really great program, and was already a medical doctor. I mean,
Okay.
this is one of these cats that went to like med school, became a doctor, whiz kid, and then he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna go to natural medical college. Yeah.
Damn. Just fucking
Fuck it,
180.
why not?
All right.
But him and I had always been on the same page for cannabis use, and we all know recreational, and we talked about the science and stuff. But he would go really deep,
Yeah.
like I mean, like not even just also talking about the nutritional properties of the plant itself, like juicing raw cannabis stuff that's not going to get you high.
Right.
Like full on stocks, juicing it up
Yeah.
and putting it in all his juices.
There
And
was a company in Portland that was cold pressing
okay.
fan leaves
Oh,
and
wow.
getting the micronutrients out of that. They swore by it.
Y
No THC, no high.
Yeah, I think when we talk about cannabis, and I don't use the M word ever.
No, I hate the word.
Yeah, when I talk about cannabis, so I think about those types of, um, businesses and things that people could probably use that in the nutritional world.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a couple bodybuilders, that they do the same thing. They use it for juicing, and then they also use it for recovery.
Hmm.
Like when they're done, we're killing themselves for 5 hours and eating 20,000 calories a day, and getting as big as possible. When they get home, they're hitting the weed because it's the one thing that'll relax them
Right.
and let their muscles kind of chill. I just find it amazing on the range of different people, different things that cannabis can be used for. It's not all just
It's not all just about getting
yeah, it's
stoned.
not all just about getting stoned. Matter of fact, on the hemp side of the world, I've been fascinated by this hempcrete thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is going downtown, Freddie Brown. I mean, we're
I got
talking. This is
construction buddies of
awesome.
mine that are starting to get a hold of me. It's like, dude, can we get it? Can we look at
Whole
some of this
communities in
option?
places like New Zealand.
Yeah.
They're building like whole, like really nice housing developments, all built with hemp,
Hella cheap and like
hempcrete.
freaking like tornado proof.
I'm
It's
amazed.
really
I'm
amazing
amazed.
stuff.
That hasn't been talked about more. The hempcrete side of things, construction, the fact that you can grow hemp faster than trees. What is it? 6 acres of hemp
Something like
grows
that,
every six
and
months, and
literally like 3D print a house out of this
yeah,
stuff because
yeah.
they got huge 3D
It's
concrete
good for the
printers now.
soil. It's good for
Yep,
it's good for all that stuff. So
cleans the soil
it
actually.
cleans the soil. Do you ever know of any big cannabis events coming up? I haven't. I've been kind of keeping an eye on, because things are starting to get back into the swing of things
Yeah,
here and there.
we're getting back into
A
the
little
thick
bit
of
of
the other
this.
thing too, though.
Exactly, exactly. So I mean, I feel like there's progress going forward, but then everybody's still like, well, we might have to not do this
There's been a few
with
events
this
that have
COVID
calmed
thing.
down. I was just thinking about this the other day. I would love to see because we have the ability to grow at home. We get
Hmm.
4 plants per household.
Yeah,
What are
in
all the
Oregon.
cups for guys like us, the amateur growers?
Yeah, the home growers cup.
Yeah, we need a
Maybe
home
we should
growers
do a
cup.
home growers
That
cup.
would be
Can you
cool.
do
Old
that?
Stoney's, why not?
Yeah, I mean, just get a place and just
Say
it's
fuck,
the homegrown cup.
give me $50, cover my smoking, and
Yeah,
we'll go test it.
there's no waste of a little plastic tag on your plant.
Right?
You know, I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if
I
I don't
don't
know
know.
if you and I could be judges for that because goddamn, our tolerances are low now.
Well, I
But I
just
do
don't
have
know.
professional judges we
I
could
just
get
don't
in here.
know the logistics would work. How you would be able to pull off something like that.
Somebody who's interested in
Yeah, let's get
talking
together.
about this, we could do something like that. It'd be kind of fun. That
Let's
would
get
be kind of
together.
fun,
Let's come up together with something for the homegrown cup.
right? Something for the homies
Yeah, just the guys that just for the people who grow
and
at home.
gals. That's right. I know
Yeah,
some females that are
I didn't say male or
amazing
female. I just
growers.
said people.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But yeah, there are some definite good home growers. I've had some samples of some stuff that people have grown for me that Holy shit! I was
Yeah,
just like, why aren't you doing this professionally?
I'd like to know what some of the people are growing.
This is true,
Like, what are a lot of home growers growing? We can easily find out what rec growers are doing and medical growers are doing. I want to know what home growers are doing.
right?
So I think go to our Instagram at the Old Stonies and drop some love there, drop some notes. We'll definitely get back to you. Send us a message for sure at the Old Stonies on Instagram. I think that would be fun.
I think that would be a
I mean,
cool
we could do
idea,
it outside. We could do it in a big field somewhere, have a stage, have some bands,
right?
get real organ on everybody,
That'd be dope.
just get old hippie organ style on everybody and have a big old homegrown cup.
God, I remember. I could even think of a place that we could do it. You remember Bull Run Craft Cannabis? You never
I
actually.
never got to
You
go
never
there.
did got to go out to
I
that.
didn't get to go.
They have a really interesting. They have a stage, a whole setup out there. That would be
I don't know if they
fun.
could do it though because they're OLCC.
This would be off of their grow site. We weren't allowed on the grow site, but there's a whole organic farm out there.
All right.
And the farm empties out into the Sandy River. And you go
wow.
swimming. Well, we were skinny dipping.
It
Dude, it was a good
It
time.
reminds me of like a Can Essentials farm where they grow cannabis and they grow, other things.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, they have they butt up next to a fully operational 100% organic produce farm. And they had a biplane out there that were giving flying tours of the Sandy Delta. It was amazing, dude. It was a good time. We had a really, really good time.
I think that would have been a good
time.
But
we were not allowed to, during the party, we weren't allowed to actually step foot into or anywhere near the actual cannabis grow site.
Gotcha.
Which was kind of cool. I mean, it was kind of cool.
Well, we can also take live chat right now. So if you're happen to be checking us out while we're live, just hit us up on the chat. You can chat from any of the platforms, Facebook Live. You can chat from Twitter. You can chat from what? YouTube. Can you chat from YouTube?
Shit, man, I have no idea.
I think you can. Now you really sound like an old Stoney. Like,
yeah, I know.
Does this battery go in this way?
Caught a little news from the OLCC this week.
Okay.
Apparently, the hemp farms are up to something a little hinky. There's a lot of real weed in those low THC fields.
So they're finding out that you can't control it as good as you think you can.
Well, that's the thing. They're not telling us like how much. I know you got it's like 0.003% THC. So what's a lot? Is it 1%? That would be a lot compared to 0.003%. Yeah. But in the whole scheme of things, is 1% going to do anything? No. So I don't know. But
you know who we should get in on this conversation is Farmer Tom.
Farmer Tom Lauerman.
Man, you must smoke a lot of weed, bro.
Drink a lot of it too.
We should get him and we should talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him and see what's up. I don't think our guest is going to dial in today, the one that had planned.
That's okay.
That's okay. We've been bullshitting for 20 minutes, so we can just keep going.
We're going to go today. No guest, just us.
Yeah. Pretty soon, though, we have to move to an hour-long format, Matt.
Did you know that? Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we're going to have to go to an hour-long format. We're actually going to be on Talkcast PDX, of course, but we're going to be on another network, too, in Canada.
Yeah. Canada.
Eh? So we'll be glad to, I can only give details when details are in, but that's going to happen pretty soon, and it'll be exciting.
That's cool.
We'll have all our Canadian brothers and sisters calling in, hanging out.
Right on.
Seeing what's going down.
Start wearing some hockey jerseys, eh?
Hockey jerseys, man. Where's your hockey jersey you told me you were going to wear?
I was going to, and I'm still a little off. It's just goddamn PC stuff. I absolutely love it, and I'm all for it. And I'm ready for I'm a Winterhawks fan.
Yeah.
So I still have the old Winterhawks jersey with the Black Hawk. The Chicago Blackhawks.
You know how they got those, right?
I do, actually. It's a really interesting story. A good story. But yeah, the equipment manager was buddies with the Blackhawks. And so they just took all their old gear, and the Blackhawks figured out that was really good advertising.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they have appropriated a Native American symbol. All the tribes included were cool with it. But still, in today's culture, we have a new Winterhawk logo, and it's cool.
When my son played for the junior Winterhawks, every time we'd go to Canada, which was a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
It's like every other weekend. That was the most hated logo in Canada. They didn't like it.
I get it.
Yeah, they didn't
I
like
get
it.
it.
But I
So
mean,
I'm
I
I'm
get it.
I'm waiting for the new one to come out. I'll pop down for New Jersey, dude.
You
It's
can
all
replace
good.
your old one. Just get
How?
the new logo and have them.
Just sew it back
Yeah,
up on
take
there.
the old one off, put the new one
That
on.
would be
And
kind
you
of a
probably
good
want to keep the
idea.
old one just for nostalgia reasons, just to say, hey, look, this was what was, and then now this is what is.
Right? Look what racist assholes we used to be. No, but Washington, the Washington football team, they're everyone's kind of starting to turn suit with this stuff. So
They're supposed to announce their name.
next year, I believe.
Yeah, they're supposed to announce their new name. I don't know what it is, like the Red Wolves or something weird like that.
When you go on to Reddit, they got some
It's gonna be
bad
weird.
options.
I just like what was one of the things on there? It was like stealing old USFL names, like the Federals.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in the. I mean, might as well. You're in
Yeah,
Washington
I thought it was
D.C.
kind of funny.
I'm looking forward to some cracking action.
Hockey, all the day, all long. That's all I've been doing is
I'm
hockey.
getting back in. I'm getting back
I
into
watched a game
hockey.
last night. I can't stop watching hockey.
When does that start? Now NHL started up again, right?
Yeah, NHL's been going on preseason now. And
Seems like it just ended like a week ago.
It
It'll give
feels
you
like
boys
it.
much of a fucking rest.
Feels like it. But I think the home opener is in like a week and a half.
I don't know.
So I got to take a look.
NFL's cool with
The
weed.
Kraken open up in Vegas.
Really?
They don't open their season at home.
Weird.
Yeah, no, they won't be opening up their season at home. They got a little bit of a delay.
I was up in Seattle for Mariners Yankees game and got a chance to walk around the new palace. They didn't go inside, but boy, you could hear them. They're working hard.
They're trying to get her down
on that place. It's
weird
dope.
how they have that. I've always loved the Coliseum, or some people still call it Key Arena, but I always call it the Coliseum. That's what it'll always be to me.
It's a nice park area, though. Yeah. It's a great setting for it. It's
great
a great
place. I'm not sure what they're doing for parking. I'm not.
There isn't a lot.
I understand that there's parking garages and stuff. I don't know if they built a parking garage into this thing.
Aware of. I didn't see anything coming up like that.
I've heard of weird stuff like that before, where they dug down and then build parking. And I'm like, Jesus, that's a lot of pressure on a lot of things. I wouldn't want to be underneath
all that.
No. But the arena is almost complete. They played a lot of their preseason games in different WHL arenas like Spokane.
How does hockey feel about weed?
I don't think they test for it.
Really? Because I know NFL doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think
NBA is.
I don't think they care.
Either getting away from it or going to be getting away from it.
Yeah.
From testing.
Yeah, I mean, just being around that culture most of my life, nobody cares.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're getting high before you go skate, which would be the dumbest thing I'd ever think of.
I think I'm starting to see this stigma against weed in the business place kind of starting to go away. There's a few places that are still pretty actively drug testing people in a state where it's legal.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where a drug testing thing, still happens for certain jobs.
Yeah, but
you don't want them doing any drugs.
Amazon isn't even testing their freaking drivers. Though.
Well,
I mean, so we got two extremes.
If you need the CDL, you have to get tested. If you don't, if you're
federal,
driving,
but that's a federal.
What I'm saying though is like for Amazon, some of these, if you're driving the Sprinter, you don't have to worry about it.
Those guys drive like
they don't get
fucking
tested.
maniacs
Unless you get in an accident.
Then you're done.
Yeah, then you're pretty much done.
But those guys drive like maniacs, anyways. They drive too fast.
They do drive fast. I got to get I need my goddamn package to my door on time.
I need my mat and my dog food container now.
I need my bejeweled hair ribbon ties to my fucking front door like as fast as possible. And I don't care if you smoke weed. That's how.
Do you ever see?
Even the government right now is waiving weed testing restrictions because they can't find anybody who doesn't smoke weed.
I know. I read an article a few years ago.
Like computers.
Yes, the CIA is having a really hard time with their
these nerds smoke weed. Don't they know that?
Dude, you're going to be powered through lines of code all fucking day long, man. Protecting the world from cyber crap. And I'm getting high, dude.
You got to take a toke to get your brain right after looking at code all day.
Right?
Jesus. Man. Yeah, I've been seeing many reports, though, on that.
Yeah.
Where, like, the government and other things, they're like, we don't care so much.
Yeah.
Some jobs still, like, care, like Union Pacific. Like, if you're going to work for the railroad or some shit like that, you better be clean Marine. You can't even be a heavy drinker.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll test you for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't care. So I find that interesting, though, as things progress in cannabis legalization across the United States, or normalization, as I like to say.
It was
You know.
really weird going to Yellowstone, driving through states, and just thinking to myself, "Fuck, if I got pulled over right now, it's right back in the '80s."
Yeah, I
You know
used to
what I
think that
mean? I
when
mean,
we'd
like,
get a couple pounds in at the shop, I'd be like,
my wife doesn't do any of this stuff, and I had to go over the protocol again.
mhm.
Okay, listen, we're going into an illegal state. You were not going to mention anything about weed. I mean,
Yeah, no,
anything, just even as a joke.
don't.
Yeah, because she likes to make jokes and it's fun. And yeah, I stink and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, when we're in Montana or Idaho, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's the one thing, in Canada, I think we've talked about this before, you're not really allowed to consume cannabis, during business hours, like 9 to 5.
What?
Like, if you're in, like, the business district and you're smoking a joint, they will ask you to put it out politely and go somewhere else to smoke it.
I kind of do that in
Well,
Portland.
like businesses, they don't want all that, and just like you wouldn't want throw up drunks in front of
I
your
get you.
business. You scoot down to the park and you can go sit on a bench and smoke a joint. You don't have
Right?
to stand out front of my shop and smoke the joint.
We don't rock and roll all night and every day. It's
Those
part of every day.
Canadians, it's like, sorry, but can you move? Please.
You were in a non-smoking area and just fucking casually lit up a joint in a park
I
one time.
did.
How'd that go
Jeez.
over? People
Well,
just freaking
the old
out.
timers that were sitting out front of this cafe this was in Wisconsin, they were like, "Oh, we don't care." They didn't care, but I saw more cops on that trip than there was cops everywhere. I drive down oh, hey, there's a cop down there everywhere. Everywhere you went, there's cops.
Oh yeah,
Cops in Wisconsin. Illinois, not so much.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Wisconsin is like, you really need a lot of police out there
Well, think about what the cannabis could do to their economy.
to any economy.
Yeah, talk about lighting it up.
I haven't seen legalized weed start up in any state and have the economy take a shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's usually bringing in quite a bit of money. I've noticed just this last year we had ironically the counties that voted against legalization
Yeah.
are now voting to increase the taxes on cannabis because I guess they like that money.
They're not getting
They like
enough
that
money.
little cheddar,
Yeah,
the little extra cheddar.
it's good money. I'm also part of the cannabis policy oversight team for Portland, and we've been talking about dispensaries safety and things like that. Very good stuff coming out of that side of things. Pretty interesting stuff. I'll talk about it more when I can talk about
I was gonna
it.
say, is there anything you can talk about?
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean, I'm sure I could talk about it. There's a lot of details to it that I don't know. I know we've been working on questionnaires and stuff for dispensaries and things like that. So I've helped formulate questions and
there's been last year we tragically had we tragically had a string of robberies. I was
yeah,
working in
and
a
a
dispensary that
murder,
was literally just right down the road.
a murder.
Yeah, Michael, I believe was the gentleman's name. Um, these were a group of teenagers, so they weren't customers, they weren't allowed in the stores, but they
Mhm.
just bum rushed in and were knocking off stores. Well, unfortunately, one night this guy didn't really do anything, but the kid decided to pull the trigger.
Yeah,
I worked at a dispensary had armed guards. We were selling medical weight. There's a lot of money going in
hmm
between these places. It kind of made me a
you
little
gotta have
nervous.
that.
Even me, a
Yeah,
little
you gotta have
nervous.
that. You gotta have it.
Well, but it turns out those security guards are really expensive. And I'm not going to get into who it was, but we ended up getting rid of the private security, and they installed bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
And
weird.
it's such a removal from interacting with your customers. When you're used to talking with them and kind of interacting with them one on one, putting 2.5 inches of plexiglass in between you with a little door.
hmm
And I didn't like it,
I still don't like it. I mean,
but we were able to do our job, and I guess I felt safer. But there's a reputation going around. You call the police, they're not going to come.
yeah,
Every single bud tender pretty much feels like that.
I miss the buzz you back.
Yeah,
Back to. I mean, it's things were separated.
yeah.
You had the front, and
Some
then
of the older
you
dispensaries
had to
still
be
have the
buzzed
old
in
setups.
back,
Yep,
to go back into the shop.
yep,
I always preferred that method
yeah,
way more than the open method.
yeah.
But yeah, this is something that we should, in future episodes, we should have some security experts on, and we should talk about this
I
because
got a couple we can definitely bring
I
on.
think that's going to be pretty big. And I think since our guest couldn't come on today, I'm going to try to do that for next week. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll have 2 guests probably. So I think I'm gonna get Farmer Tom on too. We'll talk about this hemp issue. We have some friends in the testing world too. I'd like to talk to them.
Right. Love to get Big Jim back on. I've been
Big
seeing what he's
Jim.
been up to
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah. There's a
Dude,
lot of people we would like to talk to on this program. And now we'll have time,
right?
with an hour long, we can do a couple interviews per show. We still can't indulge in studio, but that's okay.
And if any of you
Magic
guys
Number
out
is
there
not a
listening,
sponsor, by the way.
if
We
any of you
just love
guys,
them.
yeah, right, they just give me free shit.
We just love them. That's it.
If anybody out there does want to come on though, reach out to
Yeah.
Justin, give a comment on there. We'll get you set up. We'll get you, we'll get you
Yep.
on.
Go check us out on Instagram at the Old Stonies.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. What do you think?
Good chat today, bud.
Good chat.
It's always good just talking with you, anyways, man.
Yeah, sorry our guest couldn't make it. It would have been a great conversation. I know she'll be on next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think if I would have given her more time than just a day to get ready.
Yeah, we gotta start.
I hate springing that on people.
Man,
but
you want to come? You want to talk about weed tomorrow?
Every week. We get done with the show and we send out things on Wednesday and Thursday. Hey, we'd like to have you on next week, and then by Monday we haven't heard back from anybody. We got a
difficult time of year. It's Croptober, baby. Everyone's harvesting.
Yeah, they're all busy. So make sure and check us out. Of course, the Old Stoney's podcast. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Also go to talkcastpdx.com. And again, like us on Instagram at the Old Stonies. I'm Justin McDonald.
Matt Criscione.
Till next time, keep on smoking.